What's going on, guys? XQ420 here. You know what the deal is. You know how I get down when I come around. I am back. I'm in the building. We got those things on us. Here to touch a chopper burner. No doubt. First time to the channel, stop hesitate, subscribe button down there. Hit it for me for your daily dose of news and commentary with the twist from your boy. It's going to change your life. Trust me on this. Today's video. NYC. They finally issuing a ban on something that you thought would have been banned a long time ago. Let's jump into this. Alright, article right here. NYC to finally issue official ban on pooping in subways and buses. What do you mean, finally? I mean, it ain't been banned before now. Hold on a second. So you mean to tell me it'd been alright for me to go drop trowel, take a deuce right on the subway and a bus, walk out, it's all good. We got folks deucing up in here all the time. That's how we get down. Come on now. So we jump down here. It says New York City's government officials are reportedly ready to finally issue a formal ban on defecating in the city's subways, buses, and transit facilities this week. Boy, you want to talk about being late to the party, but you don't need... Boy, some stuff... And in New York City, people gonna tell me, oh man, Cuomo, De Blasio, they doing a great job, fabulous job. Man, they been letting folks shit right in the subway and all kind of stuff. It just been all good. That might have been why they had such a hard time over there. I mean, that feces, that stuff will poison your system. They said currently the poop ban is just a temporary rule, implemented in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic. What do you mean temporary? So just because the pandemic's around, it's just going to be temporary. It's just, man, after the pandemic's over, y'all go back to taking your deuce on the subway. So, hold on, do what? Boy, I tell you what, man. Temporary ban. I got you. It said, when New York City was being hit by the coronavirus, city officials chose to lock down the city for social distancing and set up a snitch system. Old snitching system, because that's what we need in there in New York, where folk get shot all the time. We need folks snitching on people. Come on, man. Well, you're making it more dangerous for the New Yorkers who might violate quarantine regulations. Several weeks after the lockdown began, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo finally asked for the subway trains to be cleaned every night. Now, I want y'all, this governor who did so well, who's so great, he's so grand, man, writing a book about how he handled it. Man, it ought to be like, yep, killed a whole bunch of old folks and did nothing else, destroyed New York City and businesses. So yeah, I did a great job. Now, we were locked down March when Rudy Gobert, that fateful day when Rudy Gobert tested positive. For some reason, somebody in the NBA tested positive and the whole world needed to end. But he tested positive. So that's March, let's say 16th, which we still in the 15 days to slow the spread 7 months later. But they didn't start actually cleaning the subways nightly. And we got this article right here from the Wall Street Journal. And this was on May 6th. Oh, let me click this off for y'all. So it must be, yeah, on May 6th. That's when the cleaning crew started going out there nightly for the coronavirus. I mean, so you mean to tell me that it took you a month and a half to figure out that the most used place in New York, especially New York City, the subways, might needed to be cleaned nightly? It took you a month and a half. That's what you're telling me. This guy who did such a great job, who's the creme de la creme of the COVID, Dr. Fauci backs this guy. What that let you know about him? Dr. Fauci says, oh, Cuomo he's doing a great job. That's the way, hey, we need to go with what New York did. What? Let a whole bunch of folk die? No. They got the worst death rate in the world. And folks are praising him. And it took him a month and a half to figure out that he might want to clean the subway system. Well, folk pooping and peeing on it. Come on, man. So it says the announcement caught many New Yorkers and their fellow Americans by surprise. And it should. since they likely assumed daily cleaning of the subway cars were already a practice of the Metropolitan Transportation Authority. Man, they're like, but we ain't got time to be cleaning this stuff up, so we just leave the turds in the corner. Man, are we sure that New York had the COVID, or did they have some of the bubonic out there? Let your boy know. They might have had some fleas out there on them turds and were biting folks. That may be why they had such a high death rate. Folks using the subway cars still do. It's like, dang, man, y'all boys are toe up out here. So it says, especially in light of the quickly escalating cases of COVID-19 in the city and the severe lockdown policies the local government had instituted. So yeah, I'm right there. I mean, it took them a month and a half to figure the whole thing out, and a whole lot of folk didn't even know it. They were like, "Man, y'all ain't been cleaning these already." I know it stunk a little bit when I had to use it the other day. I was like, "Well, maybe it's just this homeless guy ain't washed." No, bud, it's because he done dropped about 3 or 4 deuces in the corner. That stuff piling up, bud. Man ain't wiped either. What he got to wipe with? Well, I guess he can get a newspaper or something, maybe. They probably got newspapers floating around out there. So it says, as the virus spread through the Big Apple, the MTA also issued some other temporary emergency rules for the subway, including a ban on defecating on subways and buses. Temporary, guys. I mean, I want y'all to pay attention to this word right here. Temporary. That. Let me keep going, boy. Boy, about get your toe up. Said according to the Post, the MTA is set to formally ban going number 2 in Gotham subway trains, buses, and transit facilities on Wednesday. Other bodily expulsions are already specifically named in the MTA's formal rules as action that can get a person a $100 fine. This new clarification from the MTA will specifically add defecating to the list of no-nos. So hold on a second. So you already had peeing, if I'm correct here, you already had peeing up there as a action that could get somebody a $100 fine, but not dropping a deuce. What, did somebody forget that could happen? I guess you probably don't want somebody busting no nut on the train or nothing either. So not the train, but the subway either. So bodily expulsion, that'd be one of them. But I mean, I figured poop would be the number one. That's the number one contender right there. Man, that stuff just don't go away. Man, you can get you a water hose and spray the pee out. Poop, bud, you got to get right on that. Defecating. The defecation of the subways. We let it happen. And then we're like, no more. We're putting our foot down. 7 months into it. And it only be temporary, guys. So we'll let y'all keep doing it right here shortly. So it said the Post reported that people have been long griping about the nastiness of NYC subway trains and that complaints to the MTA about the soiled subway surge in 2019. So folks have been dropping deuce on there for at least over a year. I mean, probably longer than that, but this is when folks were really getting outraged about it. It must have had an uptick in defecation. Said, but the government agency simply blamed an increased notification on riders being more vigilant, not on deteriorating transit conditions. What? Man, that don't even make any sense. They blame the increased notification on riders. Oh, so they just paying attention to it more. I guess that's what they're trying to tell them. Oh, y'all just now noticing it, man. They've been dropping it. They've been dropping trowel in there for a long time, and we ain't been carrying back then. So it's just not the public that's complaining. Workers are tired of the filth too. They said we done with it too. So transit workers have long complained of nasty conditions on trains. The Workers Union, Transport Workers Union Local 100 launched a trash train photo contest last October to highlight the filth and protest cuts to cleaning crews. Dang, man, they straight up made an event out of it. Boy, that must be some kind of awful. Man, get your cleaning crew out there. What's wrong with y'all? So it says the MTA rules are periodically tweaked to enhance clarity, and that's the case with the addition of more descriptive language. Ensuring the transportation system provides an appropriate quality of life experience for our workforce and customers is a guiding principle and top priority. MTA, stop lying, man. Yep, in closing, they gonna tell me about a priority, And they said they're gonna make a temporary ban on dropping a deuce on the train, on the subway. Not a train. Well, I guess it is a train. But on the subway system, on your buses. And it takes them a month and a half to figure out they need to clean some stuff. And it takes them 7 months to figure out, well, maybe we don't need people pooping in here. Come on, man. Is this what we got? Is this the leaders we got? And you know what they worried about besides that? Taking somebody off a box. You know what I'm saying? Taking Uncle Ben off a box. Taking Aunt Jemima off a box. That's what they worried about. And folks are out here just straight up lining the subway cars full of shit. And I ain't talking about proverbial either. The real deal out there. So y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section below. But our priorities are way off kilter, bud. And it's pretty, but New York City, man, y'all in deep trouble. No pun intended, but y'all in deep doo-doo. I mean, straight up. There ain't gonna be much left. Whoever, I don't even know if anybody really wants to run for mayor of that thing. Said, boy, I don't think I'm gonna be able to resurrect this one from the dead. It said, said I ain't Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be able to lift this one back up. So I'm gonna let y'all handle it. I'm gonna move on somewhere else. So, like I said, let me know what y'all think about in the comment section below. Official ban, but temporary ban. So, as always, like, share, subscribe, click notification bell so you know when I post in the future. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.